I have to.
Are you gonna start, Okami?
I'm streaming Violet right now.
Oh, you are? Okay, I thought we were gonna do,
Later.
okay.
Because I gotta get on this because, I have to get on this because, what you call it is coming out soon. Um, Engage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's see, where the hell am I going?
What days does that come out?
The day before my birthday.
What day is that again? I already have it pre-ordered, but,
It's in a couple Fridays. It's it's
April
it's the 20th.
20th, okay. So that's just, 15 days from now. Oh, and just remember, on the 13th, make sure to pre-order me the
Right,
Sephiroth and
right,
Kazuya.
right. I heard you.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I was just typing.
Jeez, it's some loud ass typing.
Oh no, I'm not typing. I'm clicking. Sorry, I wasn't mean. Okay, I'll stop. What do you think the NFL should do? I was hearing something about the NFL may expand this year's playoffs to 16 teams. They gotta figure out something. I have an idea what you should try someday. Pikmin Land of Torture. Basically like a brutal Pikmin game. I'm just seeing, I want to see that for myself, but... Oh, hey. The guy's muted.
Death killer.
What's on? What's up?
Streaming more violent.
I think I heard Moist Critical say it was ass. Unless it's a different Pokemon. Is that the one with all the lag?
It hasn't been that bad.
I guess she must have good. I guess she must have good RAM or something. You guys football fans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I'm seeing... Okay, John, boys,
Oh, okay.
No, not you. What happened? I'm seeing that the NFL... I saw a post that the NFL could have an 8th seed this year, but I just don't know how they're going to make up for that. How they're going to work around that Bills-Bengals game.
You don't. You just let it be. Okay, what I was trying to... What I'm wanting to say
decision, like, I'd be okay with having 16 teams in the playoffs. That makes it more fun.
Well, if you learned anything from Urinating Tree, more playoff seeds means more mediocrity.
True.
Well, why are you against? Are you against 16 teams in the NHL?
At least
To be fair,
the NHL is
to
a
be
much different beast.
Well,
yes.
in
And
hockey,
there's
it's
a
more
lot of
luck.
mediocrity in the NBA.
Basketball is more skill based. It would like you weren't against 16 teams in the COVID year for the MLB, but that makes sense because it was
Well,
a shortened season.
to be fair,
You saw the
Green Draco,
16
the NBA
Phillies
playoff.
made all the way to the World Series, so.
Well, to be fair, Green Draco, the NBA has a lot of mediocrity in the playoffs. We'd be better off with an
Well,
8-team NBA playoffs.
well, the
Honestly.
NBA is better off as just two 15-team conferences. With the play-in, what's the point of divisions?
What's
And
the point of
some
the play-in
George said
period?
it's for scheduling, but that's stupid.
You want to hear something even more stupid? The
What?
Dolphins may fire their head coach.
Well, there's someone, Chris Greer is the one that needs to be fired, but this.
They're,
Well, coaches that should be gone on Monday or Sunday or Monday. Ron Rivera, Cliff Kingsbury. Who else?
Rivera, it all depends on their ownership situation. If they get new ownership, the new ownership might not want to rock the boat too much.
I know that.
Who else?
That it's probably
Lovie
because of that whole thing that
Smith would
happened
be
this past
gone.
week.
Who else is there? Well, Josh McDaniels, the Raiders can't afford to fire him. Like, everyone agrees they should have kept Bisaccia. Even if he didn't turn out to be a good coach, he would have been a cheaper option.
Not to mention, it seemed like the team liked him.
Yeah, the team played hard for him. Gruden was holding the team back, and if you watch Brandon Perna's video about how Gruden Mayock's regime, like, you saw Reggie McKenzie drafted really well, especially in 2014, but Mike Mayock, Gruden got final say in the matter, but the only good thing he drafted in the first round, well, a good player of the draft was Josh Jacobs.
And they're probably not going to even keep him.
And Max Crosby, this whole 2019 draft class would have been like, where was Alex Leatherwood? He wasn't a first round prospect. Like, what was he originally a prospect for? Oh, and John Boyes, like, if I would have told you back in June that the Jaguars, the $250 million they spent in free agency, and they are just one win away from winning the AFC South, what would Kirby here would have said? What was I on? What would you say?
Something not too dissimilar from that, honestly.
I still think Dabble's getting Coach of the Year. The Giants have the third most man games lost.
Yeah, I agree, but
the Jaguars, the Jaguars have had the healthiest team in the NFL.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he's shown massive improvements. Urban Meyer was just a cancer. Like, 3 different kinds of coaches, bad coaches. The first type is just Hugh Jackson. The record says who he is. Only one coach had a worse win percentage than he did. I was an Eagles owner in the Eagles coach in the 40s who couldn't get fired because he was also the owner. So the second type of coach are like Bob Petrino and Urban Meyer, who was just ego. And they wanted to win their way. The third type of coach is
Bobby Petrino. Oh my gosh.
Third type of coach is Nathaniel Hackett and Freddie Kitchens. They just suck at their jobs.
Yeah. Nathaniel Hackett is a hack, you could say.
Nathaniel Hackett was providing content gold for Jaguar Gator 9. He did 4 dumb decisions videos off Nathaniel Hackett. Like, I knew from that Colts Broncos game, I knew this at first. Why did they were at 3rd and 4. All they had to do was run for the first down. Indianapolis was out of timeout. They couldn't stop the clock. If they would have just ran for the first down, they would have got to the 2-minute warning. They could have kneeled for the rest of the game. But no, Russell Wilson had to try to go for the home run. Sometimes you can't be too greedy.
Russ falling off. New system, new coach, new everything, and age catching up to him. It's like the perfect storm.
If someone made if the Broncos cut Russell Wilson, they only suffer like the least amount of dead cap space or cap hit and dead cap. If they cut him anytime after post June 1st, 2023, if they wait till 2024, then they suffer a major cap hit. And if the Broncos want to get rid of Russell Wilson, after June 1st would be the perfect time.
You mean before June 1st or after?
No, post June 1st.
Oh.
I don't know what's so special about June 1st. What is that? Like, the Titans had to wait till June 1st. I mean, the Falcons had to wait till June 1st to trade Julio Jones.
I think it's because of like something to do with the league year.
Okay. I really don't know that for sure, but
probably because of letting everyone get in their signings and plus the draft too.
yeah, back in the preseason, all that AFC West hype train, like Tom Grossi picked the Chargers to win the division, Kirby and Tree picked the Broncos, and Rich Eisen picked the Raiders to win the division. And someone on Twitter had the Raiders winning the division with the Broncos and Chargers as wild card, and the Chiefs not making the playoffs. The Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders
Rich
all made
Eisen
big flashes.
Rich Eisen is
younger and cheaper.
Here's the thing. Rich Eisen is a complete bozo.
Yeah, well, the time was let me finish. Chiefs opted to get younger and cheaper, although I kind of miss passing on George Pickens for Sky Moore, but oh well. But Chiefs opted to get younger and cheaper. They have a chance for the 1 seed.
And Mahomes might be the unanimous MVP.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it.
Not Josh Allen?
Mahomes, I think
Josh
leads
Allen?
like every
Yeah, but Broncos, like, it would take if they would have scored 18 points in the end of regulation they would be like 10-5, right? 10-6 or something. But the Raiders, they finally are gonna get rid of Derek Carr, because I know the defense has been bad ever since he got there, but sooner or later you gotta blame the person that's been.
It might be time. I think for Carr, it's time for a change of scenery.
Yes, like one thing what Tree said about Mike Tomlin is he needs something like Andy Reid, a fresh start with somewhere else. Do you think Mike Tomlin could still be good if he had the right personnel around?
We'll see. And I think that new start for Derek Carr is gonna be with the fucking Commanders.
Well, he has a no trade clause, so he gets to say where he wants to go. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go play in that shitty stadium. Like, watch the Colts. I'm predicting this. The Jets are going to get desperate for Lamar Jackson and pay him.
The problem for the Colts is that Matt Ryan's contract is immovable. No one's taking
I didn't think of that, unless he retires.
Yeah, that's the only way you can the Colts can get out of that. The Colts don't need. The Colts just need to be bad. The Colts need to be bad for a few years. That team is just fucking garbage, top to bottom.
Why they fired Frank Pike, but they keep Chris Ballard? Jim Irsay says he's a winner. He said Chris Ballard is a winner. Who is the one that he had some draft hits, but who was the one that hired Frank Wright to begin with? Who was his original choice? It's a prime example of why bad teams stay bad.
Yeah, the Colts should have taken him down too.
Like, many people thought Indianapolis would win the AFC South because they thought Matt Ryan was an upgrade over Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz last year was playing better than Matt Ryan is now.
But also to say one thing, the Colts also had a bit of a better situation at left tackle and right guard. Those two positions have been really bad this year. Their run blocking has also sucked.
You know, their best Jonathan Taylor's not playing as he did last year, and Colts' best receiver is Michael Pittman. But the Titans started
the thing with Pittman is that he's good, but not wide receiver one good. And they're trying to play him like that. Yes, he had 1,000 yards last year, but he was really the product of being force-fed because nobody else was good. He was the only receiver over 400 yards on that team.
And
the Colts keep spin cycling one position, but they're changing nothing else. What the hell else did you expect was gonna happen? You keep spin cycling the same freaking position and changing nothing else. What did you expect? If you're not gonna, the Titans are just snake bitten.
Yeah, they started 7-3. It would take them losing 6 in a row for the Jaguars to have a chance to clinch the division. There's nothing telling me that Josh Dobbs is gonna outplay Trevor Lawrence.
We'll see.
It's like, if they do, then ever since Bill O'Brien traded away DeAndre Hopkins, they just ran into a domino effect. Well, it just went downfall from there. Texans, the rebuild's going to take a long time. They need help everywhere.
Seems like the Colts do
best
too.
Player is Larry Tunsil.
The Colts need help everywhere too. Here's the thing. Jonathan Taylor's a free agent in 2024. Who's to say they don't trade him to try and get something for him before he leaves?
And
I think Shaq Leonard is definitely traded. He's becoming a bit injury prone, and they may want to get something for him fast to help their rebuild.
Well, in that case, Colts should maybe start a fire sale. Trade DeForest Buckner too.
Buckner has an opt-out. Teams will just wait. If he wants to leave, they'll just wait for that. Buckner can opt out this year. But Yannick Ngakoue, Stephon Gilmore are probably gone.
Holy W.
But also I don't think I'd be able to fathom if I was a Colts fan, but do you trade Quentin Nelson?
Maybe if we go on a fire sale, just opt to get start a rebuild.
He's all but the face of that franchise at this point, but
I mean, he is.
You need a lot of assets.
He is #bad, so.
Quentin Nelson this has been the worst year. This is the worst he's ever looked. He has
been completely 2018, when the Jets traded 3 seconds to move up 3 spaces, it turns out the Colts won that trade because they got one of the second-round picks wasn't Darius Leonard. Oh, what about Darius Leonard? Is he still?
That's Shaq Leonard. He goes by.
Oh, okay. I thought his name was Darius.
No, he goes by Shaq Leonard now.
Okay, so we're gonna go by a different name, but whatever. The Jets actually. Well, speaking of the Jets, what Tree said when after that second Patriots Jets game, at least Sam Darnold was ruined by Adam Gase. What's Zach Wilson's excuse? He just sucks. Some people are saying they shouldn't bench him. They should just keep playing him, let him learn from this. But now we actually learn the benefits of tanking. Imagine if they did win
Here's the
2020.
here's the thing. Their other backup option is Mike White, and Mike White is hashtag not good.
Yeah, but it's just like Zach Wilson just. You saw in that Jaguars Thursday night game, that's whoever that guy, I forgot his name, that former CFL quarterback, he outplayed Zach Wilson. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets try to get desperate for Lamar Jackson.
Lamar is not leaving Baltimore. Lamar is not leaving Baltimore.
Are the Ravens going to want to play him?
I mean, considering the fact their backup is currently Tyler Huntley, and Tyler Huntley is not good.
Lamar just can't stay healthy.
They also have to they need to change part of the offense too. We gotta change part of that offense because it's the NFL is a grind.
Alright. I just wonder, like, if the Jets, if they draft a quarterback or go after one and try to go after one, because I don't think they've lost. They don't believe Zach Wilson is the answer, but
we'll see.
I was saying earlier, they understand the benefits of tanking. I knew that in 2020 the Jets would find a way to win games, just like in 2017 they all thought the Jets were going to tank, but they won 5 games, but. I don't think it would have been any different. Like, the Jets, it's like, you know how you're treated that the Houston sold its soul? It's like Joe Namath sold his soul for that Super Bowl III win. But I don't think the Jets would have been able to develop.
And he wasn't even the best player on the field that day.
Yeah, so I don't think the Jets would have been able to develop Trevor Lawrence. Like, if the Jets would have drafted Josh Allen, they would have ruined him because they couldn't. Josh Allen, Brian Dable developed him. You thought Josh Allen was going to be a bust.
It just shows that Brian Dable knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, like people said about Patrick Mahomes, like Andy Reid, they said the air raid offense wouldn't work in the NFL, but Andy Reid was at BYU alongside Mike Holmgren, the school that invented the air raid offense in the early 80s. But for Lamar Jackson, people thought he was going to be RG3 2.0, but Greg Roman's, he fits in Greg Roman's offense.
But Greg Roman's offense is absolutely way too predictable.
Yeah, well, they worked in 2019 until the divisional rounds. I blame that season. You could blame Harbaugh for giving the Ravens 20 days of rest. They were all rusty coming into the. It was because of the Titans twice, one for winning, one for losing, that the Chiefs have hosted 2 AFC championships as a 2 seed. Patrick Mahomes has yet to have a road playoff game. The Super Bowl doesn't count because it's a neutral site. If the Eagles, like, one thing about the Giants is that what Tree said in Sports Ball, they're gonna have 2020 in mind when Doug Peterson threw that game. They're gonna. I don't think they should rest their stars. They should keep the momentum going because they're not experienced. This will be Saquon Barkley's first playoff game. But they're gonna want to keep the momentum and they want to play for spoilers. They're not forgetting what. Yeah, like I said, they're not gonna forget what Doug Peterson did in 2020.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have said that. Maybe he shouldn't have said Sudfeld would play. He literally said the days leading up that Sudfeld was going to see some game action. And also, don't go 6-10.
Yeah, it's
don't go 6-10. That's how you avoid the situation. You also avoid the situation by Evan Ingram not having.
If the Eagles would have won that game, maybe Joe Judge would still be the head coach. The Giants are probably the best, most improved team this year. They went from a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 9 because Joe Judge wanted to make room for space for the punt, from very improvement. Like so they're 9-6-1. Like Brian Dable, I was thinking, well, in 2020, I predicted Brandon Staley was going to win Assistant Coach of the Year, but no, it was Brian Dable. One thing about Brandon Staley is he could have been carried by Aaron Donald, like how Adam Gase was carried by Peyton Manning and Nathaniel Hackett was carried by Aaron Rodgers. Well, when I tell you this, I asked Tree once on the dumpster fire if he would call Mike Tomlin a black Mike McCarthy. He said he wouldn't go that far. He called him a black John Harbaugh.
Interesting comparison.
Yeah, but like Doc Rivers is the Mike McCarthy of the NBA. You remember when you said when we did the mock draft stream, if the 76ers would have been the first team to blow a 3-0 series, and if when Urinating Tree would have did a congrats signals, you would have been waiting for that video like a little boy waiting for Christmas presents on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, I would have.
I do that all this. I was waiting all day for a sports ball, but well, not last week I was, but I didn't think he'd do it this week because it's Uche and Hamlin. But, alright, my brother finally got his PS5.
Nice.
Good. I started Sonic Frontiers. It turns out the hardest level in that game is actually the second stage. It took me about 40 tries to get the S rank. But the game's shouldn't be as hard as Sonic Generation. Well, Sonic Generations was just medium rank. Sonic Unleashed, like, if you were to do Eggman Land, you would hate it. Well, Eggman Land on the PS3, Xbox 360 version was like the hardest Sonic stage there is. But I did it.
Damn it.
How many shinies have you come across in Scarlet and Violet?
I've come across 2. Wait, no, 3 in Scarlet and 1 in Violet.
It seems that shinies are just becoming more and more common nowadays. I will get a sculpture if I count one the original legit way. Full 1 in 8,192 odds.
From Gold?
No, well, from Generation 2 to Generation 5, starting in Generation 6, they half the value. They're not as valuable now because they're not as rare. Our last shiny I got legit was a shiny Vulpix that I actually hatched. Before that was silver version, Electrode. Like, you know, in the Rocket Warehouse, you had to defeat those Electrodes. The third one was a shiny Electrode, and it had a 25% chance of using self-destruct. Luckily, I caught it. You know, probably the worst shiny you can find. I actually found one in Legends Arceus. It's a shiny male Combi.
Ooh, gosh.
Yeah, male Combis are just the most worst useless Pokemon.
What's even funnier is that it still has a higher base stat total than Sunkern.
Yeah, well, I guess I've never used a Vespiquen on any casual playthrough or anything playthrough.
I think I did in my Platinum Let's Play?
When you uploaded Ratchet Deadlocked earlier, I saw I heard Gucci was barking when we recorded that. I had a chance to get Tales of Arise, both for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, the digital copies on PlayStation 5, and I got the Ultimate Edition. Comes with all the DLCs for about $40. A little over 40
I
bucks.
actually did not. I actually did not use Vespa Queen, but I know I've used a Vespa Queen before.
Okay, when I was asking you earlier if I forgot, I keep on forgetting Tales of Arise as a thing until I finally convinced myself to get it. But the two main characters, one male, one female, I wanted to have them when you do um when you do a little role play. Like, and if we just do since Hero is taken out, there would be 26 total. That's an uneven number. You can't. Well, if you got 27, you could possibly do 9 pools of 3. But it just makes more sense. Like, is there any other RPG series you can think of that would have a me that you can make a me that's not Pokemon, Earthbound / Mother, Fire Emblem, or basically any Square Enix, or Persona, or Xenoblade, or Tales of? Is there anyone I can think of?
Okay, you at least healed my team. I'll give you that credit. Alright, let's put Luckix, Mabustiff.
Yeah, Hamlin's gonna make a full recovery. That quote, he said when he woke up, he said, "Did we win? Yes, you won the game of life."
That's awesome.
Yeah. His charity. Just imagine him finding out what. Imagine he probably was in a coma. Imagine him finding out what's all happened in the days he's been after the cardiac arrest. His charity. It went from 12,000. His original goal was 2,000. Now it's at 5.5 million. I can't play Tales of the Arise now, but I'll play it soon. But I I tend to take my time with Tales game. When we played Berseria, if we would have played Tales of Exilia too, then wait a minute, it's not the longest one if you just do it normally. Well, grinding for everything, it took me over 300 hours. I was hoping that the Washington Commanders wouldn't lose. They'd make the playoffs and have see a whole division in the playoffs.
Unfortunately, their quarterbacks couldn't stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, it's like I understand. I agree with starting Sam Howell to see what you have nothing to lose. See what he can do.
I agree. That's what I said. Is like, you may as well start Hal because the other two aren't gonna be here next year.
Yeah, why were you against starting the Falcons starting Desmond Ritter? Because Marcus Mariota isn't a long-term answer. You might as well see what Desmond Ritter can do. But I never can understand this. Why the Jets never played Christian Hackenberg? He's one of 3 quarterbacks drafted in the first or second round to never play a snap. I just never understood why they drafted him. They never started him. Like, I remember you saying once, like, if they were gonna fire Todd Bowles, then at least start Hackenberg before you do it. It's like, if a chance when you do Swords of Plenty after you finish me Sword Fighters, there's a chance that any of the remaining Fire Emblem characters, Xenoblade characters, or Square Enix characters wins it, they'll have to be taken out of a little roleplay. And Joker can be taken out of a little roleplay if he wins the right to bear arms. I'll be right back. How's me sword fighters going?
Through the I've got Pool E through Pool E in the first round.
Okay.
I knew I should have bought. Oh yeah, indeed he is normal type.
Since Matt Rule was a failure, I do not think that someone in the NFL should give Lincoln Riley or the Clemson coach a chance to coach in the NFL. It's how rarely does a coach that has no NFL experience work out? Jimmy Johnson, but Pete Carroll coached in the NFL. Jim Harbaugh played in the NFL. Uh, I think I saw Adam Schefter said he's not leaving Michigan, but
Of
if
course
the
not,
only reason
because the
the
because
only reason he would want to go
the
to the
jobs this
NFL
time
is
around, the jobs around this time, there's just it's not enticing. There's nothing here. You have what? The frickin' Colts who are gonna be bad for 3 years minimum.
yeah, the Broncos and the Cardinals.
The Broncos and Cardinals are hard to assess. I feel like Arizona has talent held back by Kingsbury.
Yeah, if he doesn't get fired on Monday, then it's just like Michael Bidwell. The Bidwells just don't care. Steve Keim, who is the main, like Cliff Kingsbury is just a symptom. He's not the main cause. Steve Keim is he's likely going to get the David Gettleman treatment, where he's going to be allowed to retire in dignity with dignity. I, I always say this. I was against Cliff Kingsbury from day one. He was a failed college head coach. Going back to the last regular season week last year, the opportunity to win the NFC West was right in front of them. All they had to do was beat Seattle because Los Angeles lost.
Okay, good thing I put low kicks first.
I'm gonna mute myself for a second so I can
Okay.
do.
No, fuck out of here. Bro, the trainer is levitating. because of how stupid it looks?
If by any chance the Eagles don't win the NFC East, then they don't deserve a home playoff game. Don't complain about them having a better record than Tampa Bay. They don't deserve it if they don't win the division. Hosting a playoff game is your reward for winning your division. This isn't the NBA. All right. If that does happen, where the Giants win and the Cowboys win, the Eagles have to go to Tampa Bay. Would you say they? What would you think? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What would you think if that happens?
I completely forgot what type Pyroar was for a second.
To be honest, I think the NFC South winner. Well, what am I saying? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be either Dallas or Philadelphia. Well, I think we can get off for now. I might get back on.
Okay. Oh, wait. Time to bully a Chansey.
I just got back on. I'm just rewatch. I wanted to get off because I wanted to rewatch a video of why Patriots coaches fail outside of New England. Like Frank Wright. Well, I wouldn't say he comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree. Well, he comes from Doug Peterson, who comes from Andy Reid. But the person who has the best coaching tree, no question, Bill Walsh. There's a little bit of example. Like I'll use Nick Sirianni for example. Nick Sirianni to Frank Wright to Doug Peterson to Andy Reid to Mike Holmgren to Bill Walsh. It wasn't Bill Walsh assistant to Paul Brown. But let me look this up. You still there? Okay, I'm getting back off now. Kirby, I forgot to tell you something. Like, I know what would make a great Christmas present. I mean, I'm sorry, not Christmas, it's a birthday present to you. I'm gonna send you the link on Facebook. Like, I want you to take a look at this.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy you that. Take a look at it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if you don't like someone, just blow up his or her house. If you can't find a parking space, just make one. Okay, I just this is too good to be true. Like $2,000 or $3,000 for a tank. Like you would have to live out in the desert or out in the country, away from civilization, to be able to drive one of these freely. They wouldn't give you ammunition, but someone could easily get $3,252, or like just like $2,200 just to drive a tank. But just imagine, what would you do if you had one?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
If you were just if someone in a city were to buy that, where would you even put it? If you drive it around, then authorities would get onto you. Well, you have to have a license. I don't even know. I don't even understand it, but whatever. It was just a joke. I just couldn't help it. Sometimes you can't help but to make a bad joke. Some people are saying, I saw someone say, some image saying that the last two Eagles losses were the reason why Jalen Hurts was MVP.
No. Minshew played pretty good the first time, and the second time was because we didn't run the ball against a pathetic run defense.
The last MVP to win the Super Bowl the same season was Kurt Warner in 1999. Like a 21st century, or should I say third millennium, MVP, regular season MVP curse. Like in the 2000s, the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl, at that point, 12 out of the last 13 Super Bowl winning teams to wear white have all won. It was the Eagles that broke that. But then the Chiefs did against the 49ers. So we'll go back to Shantae starting next week. Do you want to do that tomorrow, or do you want to do the hour of, or 30 minutes of trying to do the speed runs?
We'll see. Probably Saturday.
Well, Saturday there's the Chiefs are. It'd probably be better if we do it tomorrow. Well, I'll be playing again with Daisy tomorrow, but Saturday wouldn't be a good day. But maybe if we do it early in the morning. Okay, I'll eat it off for real this time.
Hmm. 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 Big guy.
Oh, I saw that Walk Out of the Week nomination on r/arts moderation team. It's worse than r/Minecraft. At least r/Minecraft did something about it. At least r/Minecraft was actually did something about it. Yeah, it took. Yeah, to be fair, it did take them a ton of people and a very bad apology post, but at least they did something. When the moon hits your eyes like a bit, it's a pie that's amore.
Seems like our community is losing quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
Jay from England. I remember seeing him in the Ocho. One of the few NLL fans that was in there.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. When the moon hits you, big pizza pies.
Hey.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's unfortunate about all this. Come on, r/art. Like, I get why the post was removed if it's similar, but come on, just admit your freaking mistake. Like, I know if the mods here screwed up, they would probably do something, even if it was like accidental. It's just an honest mistake.
I mean, they did that I think I pretty much played a role in them ending the Automod thing.
Yeah, like that was just a screw up. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
there was
you
nothing,
know about what happened with that, right?
Yeah, that was that was just something that happened. There's.
Yeah, I freaking spelled the name of the Miami quarterback, and I got automodded.
Yeah, the auto mod decided to be stupid about that. Hello, who joined?
Huh?
Oh, hey, Fireball.
Helloing.
Why are you moaning?
I said helloing.
Okay. When the moon hits you. I'm playing this box. I'm playing box PvP on the server called Tulpcraft. It's Minecraft.
4 start isn't it's a 4 and 4 start isn't that bad of an expansion for an expansion franchise.
The Miami Dolphins might consider firing Mike McDaniel.
Yep, I saw that, and it's just his first year.
Jesus, it is his first year, and to be fair, yeah, they've really struggled, but that's not Mike McDaniel's fault. That's because Tua's had a concussion.
It's not right to just
It's too early.
bring him
It's
down
too
the Marty
early.
Schottenheimer route.
Like, I get why Nathaniel Hackett, but now it's because we knew Nathaniel Hackett was terrible.
He
I think-
was, as his name suggests, a hack.
Okay. So,
If there's one thing that can bring down the Eagles, it is definitely the coaching staff.
Yeah.
It's
Fire
like
Jonathan.
it's like
Okay,
the thing that
he's not as bad as fucking Saturday is, but fire
No.
Jonathan can.
But here's the thing, like against the New Orleans Saints, you've dominated their run defense over the past 2 times you've played them. Not to
And they
mention
still had a shit run defense. Why are you passing?
we also have a 1,000-yard back.
Why are you passing?
yeah, why are
Honestly,
you?
I'm very scared.
Here, and the thing of it is, I think a lot of people didn't think about the fact that the Saints were trying to save their season.